You join us here at the start of this second half of the opening Premier League game for last season's champions, Manchester City. They're playing Premier League new boys Southampton here today at the Etihad Stadium in Manchester, of course. An interesting first half. A goal for Man City means they're 1-0 up from Carlos Tevez. A lovely finish by him. But a missed penalty as well from David Silva. It wasn't the best penalty either.
No, I think he'll be very disappointed, and Manchester City will have wanted to be 2 or 3-0 up by now. They will have wanted to be out of sight. Nigel Adkins, I think, Southampton manager, can be fairly pleased about where his side are, and 1-0 down, 45 minutes to go, they might nick something on the break. So
it was certainly a good performance in the first half from Southampton, who did so well in the Championship last season. Really had a great campaign. And they'll be hoping to carry on that form into the Premier League. Of course, 2 promotions in a row from Nigel Atkins' side has put them where they are today. And survival in the Premier League is a must, so picking up points against Manchester City is certainly bonus. If you look at I think a manager would always sit down at the start of the season and look at the list of fixtures and pick out where they're going to pick points up. And this probably wasn't one of those games away at the Premier League champions. There was a side that haven't spent much money in the transfer market. New signing Jack Rodwell is the only one that Roberto Mancini has acquired, but he does start today in midfield. We've had one substitution in the first half. Sergio Aguero picked up what looked like it might be a nasty injury, and he was replaced by Edin Dzeko up front. So we've started the second half here, and it's Manchester City in possession now with Joleon Lescott at the back on the left-hand side here. Starting in defence today alongside, of course, City captain Vincent Kompany. He plays the ball forward to Yaya Toure. Back to the England defender. And just passing it around, making some nice triangles here, City, but Southampton pressing high up the pitch, which is what they've got to do now. They've got to get a goal and get back into this game. Absolutely.
I think that Nigel Adkins will have said at half-time, we're only 1 goal down. Keep the pressure, keep the intensity high, and try and nick something on the break. As you said, I think Southampton will have looked at the beginning of the season and said, we can't get points from these kind of games, so they've got to be realistic.
Coming forward now, City, Yaya Toure on the ball. Using the player behind him. There's a good ball forward looking for David Silva, but it's well cut out, and they're bringing it forward here now with Ward-Prowse. Plays it out wide to Nathaniel Klein. And this could be a good chance for Southampton. Already into the Manchester City half. Not much pressure being put on them. Using Jason Punchin, who's playing on this right-hand side at the moment. And that's a poor ball, though, from Schneiderlin. He gives it away, and it's a Manchester City throw. And they have to keep possession in those kind of areas if they want to fashion something, because City will be quite happy to maybe sit back and wait for them to give the ball away rather than pressing and wasting their energy trying to win it back higher up the pitch, because they know that they've got the quality to build up the football regardless of where they are on the pitch. Ball forward from Gael Clichy. Picked up by Edin Dzeko here. He's looking for options in front of him. Out on the left-hand side is Samir Nasri, and a ball back to Dzeko. The Bosnian's chasing it down. Nathaniel Klein's with him, but the Manchester City forward picks it up here under pressure, pulls it back to Nasri. Just one in the box in Carlos Tevez, though. Ball short to David Silva now, back on this left-hand side with Edin Dzeko, but that's a good tackle on the right-hand side by Klein. And Southampton having to defend in numbers here. It's looking dangerous from Manchester City. Throw in to be taken by Klein, so it's a throw in for Southampton, not Manchester City. They must have got a nick off the Bosnian forward there, and that'll be a relief for the away side. Taken long, looking for Ward-Prowse, but it's won by Manchester City, and now Yaya Toure wins that header. Headed back. It's a bit of a bustle just on the 30-yard line, but it's coming forward here now with David Silva on the left-hand side. Using Samir Nasri, but again quickly under pressure. Southampton defending well here. And the Frenchman trying to use his skill to get beyond him. Keeps the ball in play to stop it from going for a goal kick. And he's turned Klein, and he's into the box here. Ball in, and that's got to be put away, and it's not. What a chance that is for Edin Dzeko, and it's bounced off his foot and gathered comfortably in the end by the keeper Calvin Davis. What a chance for City.
I think if Aguero's on there, he scores that. Dzeko maybe just short of match fitness, not played very much of late, but that is an excellent chance. Perfect time to get a second and change Southampton's game plan for sure.
I think a second goal would possibly put Southampton out of this game. They've not got the attacking prowess in Ricky Lambert up front today, who obviously scored so many goals in the Championship last season and brought the attention of a lot of Premier League clubs, but Southampton managed to keep hold of him. But Nigel Atkins opting not to play him today. They've gone with Jay Rodriguez and De Prado up front, but they've packed out the midfield as well, and it's only really De Prado who's staying up front. Jay Rodriguez really playing more on the left wing, stopping Zabaleta making some dangerous runs forward. But here's the Argentinian on the ball now. Plays it inside to Yaya Toure. And now Jack Rodwell. Great ball list to David Silva. Out wide. Here is Gael Clichy. It's a poor ball in, and it's going to be cleared here by Southampton. And Ward-Prowse, ball forward. Looking for De Prado, but he's not going to get on the end of that. And that's back comfortably to Joe Hart inside his own area.
I think Southampton are going to have to do a lot better with that when they've got the ball. Hopeful ball forwards like that, you're asking a lot of your striker, especially if he's isolated, to create something from there.
On the right hand side now, City coming forward again with Pablo Zabaleta using Yaya Toure. He's a go-to guy for Manchester City. He's on the ball a lot in that midfield pocket. And now Jack Rodwell looking to switch the play, but just uses Samir Nasri short. Now it's Yaya Toure once more. Out wide to Zabaleta. Jay Rodriguez quickly on him, acting in that defensive role and having to chase back here. It's a good ball to David Silva. Plays it backwards though to Yaya Toure. 1-2 with the Spaniard. And now Samir Nasri. Not going to be a free kick. The referee's given an advantage there after David Silva was knocked down after he played the pass. City continue, and it's a good ball out wide here to David Silva, who's found some space. Lallana quickly down to press him though, and he can't get the cross away straight away, having to go backwards again. Good pressing from Southampton. Ball in by Yaya Toure, and that's over the bar from Gael Clichy. Superb ball diagonal from Yaya Toure, and the left back running behind the defenders, not really picked up, and from about 6 yards out he's put it over the bar.
Again, Yaya Toure, the creator, as he so often is for Manchester City, and I think Clichy just catches it at the wrong time on the up, pushing the ball over the bar rather than inside the goal. But again, Yaya Toure, as he so often is for Manchester City, the engine room.
Really good chance, maybe even better than the Dzeko chance, that one for Gael Clichy. But obviously he's not a prolific goal scorer, being a left back, though he can play in the left attacking position as well. We've seen him done well. He did in the Community Shield last week for Man City, with just playing 3 defenders at the back in that game. But Southampton can count their blessings here that they're not more goals behind already, just 7 minutes into this second half. And they're picking up the ball here, Manchester City, with Yaya Toure. It's a poor pass from him though, looking for Nasri, but he's picked the ball back up again on the halfway line and uses Clichy behind him, interchanging with his French counterpart Samir Nasri. And now it's Jack Rodwell inside their own half, going backwards and using Lescott. Now Yaya Toure once more on the left hand side. Clichy making some ground, uses Samir Nasri. He's got Dzeko outside of him and uses him. Dzeko with defence closing down on him again. Once more Southampton, 2 men always attacking these balls on the wing, and Dzeko tries to use some skill to get the ball away, but that's kept in well by Jason Punchin. And he's tried to clear the ball away, but
it looked like he kept it in to me. But I
might have been given for a corner here, I think, for Manchester City. It is. It's a Man City corner, but Jason Punchin appeared to keep that ball in play. Nevertheless, it's going to be Samir Nasri to deliver the ball in, looking for Julian Lescott, but that's headed away, and it falls for Zabaleta. And it's dropped again for Yaya Toure. Takes a touch, and this time they'll get it away with Ward-Prowse picking the ball up just outside the area. His long ball forward finds no one. Just trying to cover their ground there, Southampton. A couple of chances for City in that little spell.
Yeah, I think they're coming closer to the second. I think, as I said earlier, they're probably disappointed that they didn't score that penalty. And Mancini's obviously told them to go and score the second as quickly as possible to nullify the threat of Southampton, because it depends what Adkins decides to do in the next 10 minutes, whether he takes a gamble and brings on another striker, or whether he keeps the game plan as it is and hopes to hit them on the counter.
Well, certainly De Prado is looking very isolated up front at the moment. Southampton not getting the ball down and passing it around. When they are picking it up, it's mostly for a clearance. And it's City coming forward here once more on the right hand side with Carlos Tevez. Picks up the ball very nicely, and he's running just inside the box and ball in, pushed away by Davies, and it falls for Nasri and laid off to Silva. He's hit the crossbar. What a chance for David Silva, and City should be out of sight here.
I can't believe he's missed that. It's a great bit of play out wide from Tevez, and the ball in is dangerous. It's a good save in the end. I think he should parry that out elsewhere, but what a knockdown from Nasri, good bit of vision, and then you'd bet on your house on David Silva putting that in. There's no goalkeeper in goal there, and so he's just leant back and hit the ball over. Unbelievable.
Not a good day for David Silva here at the Etihad Stadium. Missed penalty already in this game, and it was a poor penalty as well. Hardly hit the ball, and that chance there from about 6 yards out, and he's hit the ball on the half volley, and it's clipped the top of the crossbar. A substitution then for Southampton, as Jay Rodriguez is replaced by Ricky Lambert, the top scorer for Southampton last season in the Championship. Some claims for handball from that previous play for Man City, when a shot from Zabaleta was blocked inside the penalty area by Ward-Prowse. Claims it hit his hand, but the replay that we're seeing here shows that it did touch the arm of the Southampton midfielder, but he didn't really have much say about what happened there.
No, I think that would be unfortunate to give. I think if that was given against him, I'd feel a bit hard done by there. I don't think he's done anything intentionally. Interesting decision by Adkins to bring on Lambert. Changes the shape and go two up front. Obviously thinks he can get something out of the game, and he will if Manchester City continue to miss their chances.
City coming forward here, but that's a good tackle at the back there from Vincent Kompany on Jason Punchin. And it's a Southampton throw-in about 30 yards away from goal. A long ball forward from Fox. He's looking for Lambert, but his header down is dealt with by Lescott, and a shot from distance by Ward-Prowse is well blocked out again by the England central defender. Southampton already looking a bit more dangerous with Ricky Lambert on the pitch. He's only been on 30 seconds. A throw-in within the Manchester City area here, taken by Klein. Back to him from Punchin. Back to the former Blackpool winger, and a good ball in, and it's trying to find Lambert, and that's gone behind the goal. Good chance there for Southampton, but it's not enough really. It was a good ball from Punchin, but not enough men in the box. Just two men in the box, Lambert and De Prado.
They're isolated there. Again, Manchester City have more than enough defenders to deal with the threat, but if they don't score, Manchester City, and they keep the scoreline stays this way, they're going to be in trouble.
Always in the game, Southampton at 1-0, and they're coming forward here with Jason Punchin, and he's lost the ball, and it's well dealt with by Zabaleta, who clears it away. Picked up by David Silva, and passed forward well by Morgan Schneiderlin, and he's picked the ball back up here. Oh, but he's wrestled out of that by Jack Rodwell, and City coming away on the halfway line. Breaking away with Yaya Toure. He's got Tevez outside of him, and he's got Dzeko forward. He's played it to Tevez, who's onside. He's in the penalty area, shoots, and it's blocked, and it's gone wide. A good chance there for Tevez, but that's good defending by Højveldt. I think it's a corner for Man City. Great chance there.
Absolutely. Again, Yaya Toure instigating the counter-attack swiftly. I think got to give the defence a bit more credit. I think Tevez was closed down very well by Højveldt there. Reduces the angle. I'm not sure if that was a corner or not, but we'll see. But Tevez's angle was reduced quite quickly there, making it very difficult for him to do either shoot or cross.
Well, it is a Manchester... Oh no, David Silva's been told to give the ball back to Southampton, so it'll be a goal kick. Obviously Tevez didn't hit that one very cleanly. It did appear to be blocked, but it's, in the end, I guess it's a scuffed shot well wide from the Argentinian. Goal kick taken along the ground by Kelvin Davis, and now out on the left hand side here with Fox. Long ball forward, finds Lambert, and he's picked up the ball nicely here, and he's played it on to Ward-Prowse, back to the striker, and on the left hand side here is Schneiderlin. Shoots, and that's fallen for De Prado. Can he get his shot off? And it's blocked by Lescott. This time it's Ward-Prowse to Lambert. Lambert again, and that's 1-0! What a goal, Ricky Lambert. What an introduction. He's only been on the pitch 5 minutes, and last season's top scorer for Southampton in the Championship scores their first goal in the Premier League as well.
That is a fantastic strike from Ricky Lambert, and that is exactly what he's been doing all last season, and he's done it here on the biggest stage of all, away at Manchester City, the defending champions. What a strike that is. Has come to him on the edge of the area, as you say, after a bit of confusion in the box, Southampton was surging forward, and as we said, if Manchester City weren't going to score that second, Southampton were always going to be within a shout. It's just a fantastic strike. He's just curled that right past Joe Hart, who's got no chance, it must be said. Beautiful strike.
There was a bit of a ricochet before it came back to him, trying to find a Prado, really. Jolien Lescott sticks a foot out to block, and it just falls perfectly for the Southampton striker, just inside the penalty area. And Nigel Atkins' side will be absolutely delighted with this scoreline here. An hour gone in this game, and it's Manchester City 1, Southampton 1. And how much will David Silva be kicking himself right now?
Well, not just David Silva, but also Edin Dzeko and Gael Clichy. I mean, obviously Silva's is the best chance of the three from the penalty spot, but those two chances just after the break, I mean, they're normally scored. And we've been saying it, and it's happened. It's 1-1.
Can't rule out a side when they're one goal down, even if they're not in possession. A lot of the time they can always break, and the introduction of Ricky Lambert here has really made a difference to Southampton's control on the ball. They've always had an option to look forward. Prado was so isolated, and he was never able to keep the ball down and control it and get Southampton into the game. And Ricky Lambert does just that, and a goal within 5 minutes of his introduction. It means we're back on level terms here at the Etihad Stadium. And the ball now with Man City, who really have to start building something again here, get back in front and pick up a vital 3 points, really, in a must-win game against this kind of opposition. Newly promoted sides always have to be targets to pick up comfortable wins against, especially at home. Here with David Silva on the right-hand side for Man City, but he's going backwards, and he switched the play to Jolien Lescott, who just about gets there ahead of Ward-Prowse, and they have to go all the way back to the goalkeeper. Great pressing from Ricky Lambert. He's full of energy today.
I think you've got to give Nigel Atkins some credit. I think he's got it tactically spot on to bring on Lambert when he did and to change things up. They're obviously looking a bit flat, and that's made all the difference with the goal.
City in possession once more. They're certainly winning the possession game here. Ball with Jolien Lescott. Going forward now, David Silva, a lovely flick on. And he's found Zabaleta on this right-hand side, and he's trying to find the ball back to Samir Nasri inside the box, but it's well cut out of the left by Danny Fox. And they've had to go back to the beginning here. City always playing back to defence at the moment. Southampton looking a lot better in pressing. No longer just sitting 30 yards out from goal, forcing Man City to play it through midfield. And that's a great ball and does just that. And he's found Carlos Tevez. He's got Dzeko ahead of him. Picks out the Bosnian, who's going out wide here. Can keep the ball in, surely. Does so. Again, pressure quickly on him from Nathaniel Klein. Ball now into the centre with Jack Rodwell. Looking for Silva. Back to the former Everton player, but that's well crowded out of the back from Jose Fonte and cleared only as far as Company on the halfway line. Picked up on the right-hand side here now by Samir Nasri. Yaya Toure, the Ivorian, can he deliver one of those diagonal on balls? No, he goes out wide instead to Pablo Zabaleta, who uses Carlos Tevez. Still pressure on the City players, and that's a good tackle there by Fox, forcing Tevez once again back to the halfway line with Vincent Kompany. Now back with the Argentinian. He's picked out David Silva very nicely here. Spaniard returns it to Samir Nasri, and the ball's popped out on the right hand side. Yaya Toure flicks in the cross, but that's too deep. It's not going to find anyone but Jason Puncham for Southampton, and he can clear the ball away, but not the best. It's going to be a City throw-in still within the Southampton half, which Gael Clichy will take. He's got Edin Dzeko short wanting it, and he's taking his time over this, and he's gone backwards all the way to Jolien Lescott. Now with Samir Nasri coming short to try and get things going for City here. They would need another chance on goal. They need a goal sooner rather than later. They don't want to leave it too late.
They do, and I think if the real question is how long Southampton can keep this pressing up. This is incredibly impressive. It's putting Man City on the back foot. They're worried, but how long can they keep it up? We've had 63 minutes. Can they go for another half an hour? I'm not sure.
1-1 the scoreline here, and Southampton picking up the ball with poor Man City passing, but no numbers forward. Even Ricky Lambert sitting back at the moment, trying to soak up this passing pressure from Manchester City, the Premier League champions. The ball with Gael Clichy on the left hand side now, takes it well and goes back inside to Yaya Toure, weighing up his options. Frenchman wants it back, but he chooses to try and find Dzeko instead, but he's not found him, and it's ended up out wide with Gael Clichy, the ball across, and that's too deep. Zabaleta heads it back in, but it's easy for Calvin Davis to gather the ball, really bouncing too far behind Zabaleta there, and all he could do was head it powerfully at the goalkeeper with no real danger of a goal.
Manchester City have got to make sure that they don't start to get too desperate too early here. Otherwise they'll stop playing their natural game and the chances will stop coming naturally. They're looking a little bit like they're getting desperate, and long balls are starting to come out more, but we'll see.
Well, Nigel Atkins has decided to make a change here. He's going to bring off the midfielder James Ward-Prowse and bringing on Stephen Davis instead. Not that big a change really, but it'll be some fresh legs for Southampton.
I think Stephen Davis is a good decision. He's probably more of an engine room player, more of a ball winner, and he's ex-Rangers, so he's got good experience in these kind of situations.
City with the ball still, and that's a great searching ball from Sami Nasri. Finds Edin Dzeko inside the penalty area, but he's being forced out wide here. Good defending. Pulls it back to Sami Nasri, and now it's Carlos Tevez, but he's been fouled just about 25 yards outside the goal here by Morgan Schneiderlin. Didn't really need to there though, the Frenchman.
It's not the type of place you want to give those free kicks away. They're needless. We see them far too often in the Premier League, and now Manchester City, with so many people capable of deadly attributes from the free kick area, this is a real opportunity now for Manchester City.
Calvin Davies organising his wall. There's 4 men in it, and there's plenty of City players standing in front of this free kick. Carlos Tevez lining it up, but there's also Yaya Toure and Sami Nasri who might be the favourite to hit this one. The Frenchman, we know, can deliver a brilliant strike from distance. We saw it in the Euros against England for France. The wall is already, there's 3 City players in that wall as well, so maybe looking to pick out a gap to blindside Calvin Davies in the Southampton goal here. 2 players have walked away from it though, and it's been left to Argentinian Carlos Tevez here, who will take this free kick 25 yards out from Man City. Runs up, strikes it, it's over the wall. Oh no, it's blocked from a header. It's a good header in the wall, and it's gone behind, I think, for a corner for Manchester City. Good positioning from the Southampton players, and they're all back inside the box here, ready to defend this Man City corner. Kompany up for it. Nasri delivers, and it's looked for Kompany, but it's just over him, headed away as far as Jack Rodwell, but that's poor passing, and he's given it away, and away comes Southampton here. Looking forward, Steve Davis is forward, Adam Lallana on the ball. On the right hand side is Jason Punchin. He's gone out left to Steve Davis. Ball pulled back in. It's Lallana, and he's a good tackle at the back by Clichy. Pulled back, and that's 2-1! What a goal from Steve Davis! Another super substitution from Nigel Atkins, and Southampton are in front here. Who'd have thought it? What a goal! 20 yards out, driven low, fantastic.
Nigel Atkins must be dreaming here. He's made 2 fantastic changes, and they've both scored within minutes of coming on. I mean, Jack Rodwell will be disappointed there. He's given the ball away in a situation where he's not under much pressure, and he's underhit that pass, but what a break from Southampton. Surging forward, and then their advantage in numbers, but it's clever decision making here. He goes out wide left. It looks like Punchin screaming for it out wide. It may fall a bit lucky for Davis, but what a hit that is. That is just as good as Lambert's, if not better. 2-1.
Great surging run forward from Adam Lallana, and it's his layoff to Steve Davis on the edge of the penalty area, and he struck it superbly. You cannot ask for better than that, and Joe Hart has not got a chance. Right into the bottom left corner of his goal. Nigel Atkins going absolutely balmy on the sidelines at this stadium, and the fans loving it as well.
Unbelievable scenes.
Brilliant football.
We've been saying it for the last 20 minutes, and at half time Manchester City should have been 2 or 3-0 up, and after half time they should have been 4 or 5-0 up, but now they're 2-1 down, and you can't say it enough in football. If you don't take your chances, then you're going to pay for it, on the break especially.
Well, we've seen Southampton sitting back a lot already in the second half, and they're certainly going to be doing that a lot more now. Coming forward in a long range effort from Carlos Tevez has resulted in a corner though for City. They need to get one back as soon as possible here if they want to try and push for this 3 points. 1 point is still not enough here today. It has to be 3 points for Manchester City at their home ground. David Silva will take the corner, and it's a poor one. Not been his day today. And Jason Punchin chasing that one down. Picks up possession. He lays it back to De Prado. Going up the left-hand side here, and he's taking it past Nasri. Looks back inside for Punchin, who's pushed over by Vincent Kompany, but Howard Webb is happy with that, and he's in fact given a throw-in to Manchester City. It looked like he might have been pushed over there, though, DePrado.
This is exciting now, though. This is exciting because Manchester City have to come out and play. They have to come out and play here at home. They're 2-1 down with 20 minutes to go. They've got to throw absolutely everything at the Southampton goal. And as you said, 1 point is not enough. They've got to score at least 2.
One word for you, John. Balotelli?
It's a question, and it's a valid one. I think after his performance in the Euros, I think I'd bring David Silva off and change up and go with him up front with Dzeko.
3 strikers might be what City need here to get 2 goals in 20 minutes. Approaching the 70-minute mark now. And there's absolutely no one inside the Man City half, bar Vincent Kompany, who picks up the ball and clears it long, looking for Gael Clichy, who does brilliantly to keep that one in play. And it goes all the way back to Joleon Lescott here on the halfway line with Edin Dzeko. And now it's Yaya Toure bringing it forward out wide to Tevez, sitting a lot deeper here in this final 20-minute stage of this match, letting Edin Dzeko do the work up front. He's played it to Yaya Toure. Good chance here. He's gone for the shot, and it's well blocked out by Schneiderlin. Bounces away. Ricky Lambert's chasing that one down with Yaya Toure, but the Ivorian gets there first and heads it back to the Man City captain Kompany. He uses his central defensive partner Lescott to get the ball going forward again. Here with Samir Nasri. Out wide to Yaya Toure. Now with Nasri again. We've just seen some possession stats here, and it's 58% for Man City, and they've conceded 2 goals with that. That's not acceptable. Ball in here, and that's nearly put into his own net by Nathaniel Klein. A great ball from the right-hand side from Pablo Zabaleta, and the defender had to do well to push that one behind. It was a dangerous position. Well, you just said maybe replace David Silva with Mario Balotelli, and that is exactly what Roberto Mancini is doing here. It's
always good when you get it right, isn't it? But I think this is the right decision. I think it's the only decision that Mancini can make. I mean, you've got to go 3 up front. They need two goals at least, and that's I think what he's saying right now. We've got to go more up front. We've got to push.
City corner delivered in and trying to find Lescott, and that's shot in by Kompany. Yaya Toure, and now it's got to be, and it is. It's Edin Dzeko, and it's 2-2 here. Manchester City have got one back straight away after that substitution from the corner, not dealt with by Southampton. Couldn't clear their lines. The ball pushed back in by Yaya Toure, found Edin Dzeko on the 6-yard line, and he tucks it away with Calvin Davis stranded really in the defence, a bit all over the place.
What a game. What a game we've got here. Goals flying in everywhere. As you say, the ball falls kindly to Dzeko, but that is a really good finish from where he is. You'd still expect him to score, but this game has been a funny one, so he's done well to finish there. But 2-2, who's going to win it? I don't know.
Southampton will feel a bit upset about conceding there. I mean, they look like they were in a really good position and have been defending well for the past 20 minutes. And they've got to go back forward again if they want to chase the 3 points, and that's just what they're doing here with Adam Lallana. And is that a foul? The referee says no. He's picked up the ball, but it's fallen to DePrado, blocked out, and it's Lallana again, and that's blocked out as well by Gael Clichy. And City can bring it forward here with Yaya Toure. This is end-to-end stuff here at the City and Manchester Stadium. Yaya Toure's ball forward, out wide to Carlos Tevez, delivered a back post. Balotelli, he's missed it. What a chance for the Italian just 2 minutes after coming on. I can't believe he's put that wide.
I can't believe this game. Unbelievable moments, seconds after Southampton nearly score. This ball is superb, and you back him to score from there. That's an open goal. It's a great ball across the area from Nasri that deceives everyone, and he's just caught it. I think he should take that with his left foot there. He's taken it with his right, and he's put it straight into the side netting. But that's exactly why Mancini's brought him on to score, and as we just said, you back him to finish that. Moments earlier, Southampton nearly get one. It's well blocked, and then it's a break end to end. This is a cracking game.
Maybe you could say that Balotelli's just come on. He's not really into the game yet. He's not touched the ball before that. But already when Stephen Davis and Ricky Lambert have scored with practically their first touches. Coming forward here against City though, Dzeko couldn't pick that ball up. So you can't really argue that Balotelli can't score from there, having the other 2 substitutes already demonstrated what you can do fresh from coming off the bench. And Roberto Mancini really feels that his side should be 3-2 up here.
This is just like the QPR game at the end of last season.
It is fantastic footballing stuff. Gael Clichy with the ball in. He's trying to find Edin Dzeko, but that's a great headed ball behind from Jose Fonte, the Southampton central defender. And it gives Man City a corner here. 15 minutes to go in this game. I don't want it to end, really. This is fantastic Premier League action here. It's a corner for Man City to be taken by Samir Nasri. Lifted well, and that's good punch from Kelvin Davis. Out as far as Pablo Zabaleta, and he goes backward to the halfway line to Gael Clichy. Out wide on this left-hand side is Samir Nasri. Still there from the corner. He's got Nathaniel Klein forcing him to take his time over trying to find a cross, and he plays it short to Yaya Toure. Gets the ball back from him, but has to go back to Gael Clichy now. Across into the centre, and it's back with Nasri. Switches the play out wide. Jolien Lescott. Zabaleta here. Good chance to put a cross in. Chooses to play it to Tevez. Still on this right-hand wing here. City with numbers forward, but Southampton with many more players filling in defence here. Jack Rodwell to Carlos Tevez. And now Yaya Toure. Good ball, spots Samir Nasri, and he's got to deliver a good ball here, or will he shoot? He's trying to flick it up, trying to find Balotelli, but that's headed out by Klein. Chested down by Rodwell. Yaya Toure picks it up again. City coming forward, strong here, looking like the favourite candidates to get the next goal, but they certainly were for the first half an hour of this second half, but they still conceded two, so there's nothing ruling out the Southampton third in this game. A free kick though for Man City, 30 yards out, another good chance, and a silly foul.
Absolutely, I was just going to say the same thing. It's an unnecessary foul. We've already seen one earlier from Morgan Schneiderlin, and it's just not the areas that you should give one away with all the attacking threat that Manchester City hold.
It's not going to be a shot with this free kick though. Yaya Toure is standing over it, and there's 5 City players in the box waiting to get their head onto this ball from the Ivorian. In it comes then, it's gone straight for goal. That's parried by the keeper, and that's a poor piece of keeping from Kelvin Davis. And he's got lucky that a City player wasn't on the end of that to poke it home.
He's got very lucky.
Carrying on here, City though in the attack with Yaya Toure. Playing the ball now to Samir Nasri. Certainly on the front foot here. Balotelli loses out in possession. Tackled by Steve Davis, and Southampton need to get the ball out here. And that's some good passing around the back, and Klein can play it up the wing. Trying to find punching, but well cut out by Clichy. And there's a sleep from Yaya Toure, and Southampton pick it up but then lose it again in the Manchester City defence with Vincent Kompany.
I think Southampton are in danger of sitting too deep too early here, and as much as Adkins will be delighted that they were in the lead and he'll be frustrated that they conceded, I think if you'd told him before the game that you'd be 2-2 with 15 minutes to go, I think he'd been delighted.
It always depends on which way the game's swinging, and it's certainly going in City's favour at the moment, having got that last goal in the game. And they're going forward here with Yaya Toure's ball in, and that's found Dzeko, and that's a great chance, headed wide at the goal by the Bosnian. Superb effort, a lovely ball in yet again by Yaya Toure, finding the Man City striker a little bit of space, peeled off his defender Jose Fonte to get the header away, and it's just wide of Kelvin Davies' goal.
I'm not sure if I'm being a bit harsh, but I might expected him to score there, or at least threaten the goalkeeper. It is a bit wider than maybe we've come to expect of Dzeko of late, but Manchester City are threatening. You've got to give Southampton credit though. I mean, for about a 5-minute spell there, they were absolutely all over them on the break and took advantage by scoring 2 goals. But pendulum swings as it always does in football.
City definitely on top here. 20th goal attempt, that one from Edin Dzeko. 16 of which have been on target. It's kept Kelvin Davies very busy today, and he's performed well, the keeper, when he's needed to, bar that last parry when maybe he should have pushed it behind for a corner. City building back from defence then, here with Samir Nasri on the halfway line on the right hand side. 1-2 with Yaya Toure, back to the Frenchman, switches the play to Jolien Lescott. Carlos Tevez coming short again. City trying to get things going earlier on in the park, out wide to Gael Clichy, and he's miscontrolled that, but he's got lucky. It's bounced off Jason Puncheon for a Man City throw. Looking to take it quickly. Yaya Toure wants it just ahead of him, but he's taking his time. Samir Nasri's coming short for it as well, but he's gone to Yaya Toure. Back to the Frenchman. And now Yaya Toure in the middle of the park for City. Going forward. Southampton holding their lines at the back, and it's Balotelli on the left hand side who receives the ball from the Ivorian. Plays it inside, back to Yaya Toure, and his ball forward is dangerous. Oh, and Southampton pick it up in defence when really he should have been left for Kelvin Davies to gather, but they've survived and cleared. Only as far as Kompany. Plays it back to Zabaleta on the right hand side. Jack Rodwell keeping the ball under control for City. They've got 6 or 7 players hanging around the Southampton box. waiting for something to happen, but they need to get things going quickly. Just 10 minutes left in this game. Yaya Toure looking for someone to go forward with, but he's having to play it square to Jack Rodwell, who finds Gael Clichy out on the left-hand side. Can he deliver across with his left foot? No, he's been forced back by Jason Punchin. Finds Carlos Tevez, a short ball to Toure. Back to Tevez. And he's going backwards as well with Nasri, and so it's good pressing again from Southampton like we saw earlier in this half. And they'll be hoping to break at some point. Going out wide here though with Gael Clichy. His ball in, it is a dangerous one, and it's dealt with, but headed away as far as Nasri. It's 3-2! Samir Nasri! Great goal for the Frenchman, and City have got their noses back in front in this game.
That's poor defensive work from Southampton. That is poor this time round. As much as the other two goals may have been more through quality than good fortune, that's an avoidable goal. That's a great finish from Nasri, given the position he was in, but Manchester City building very slowly, and then this cross comes in from Clichy, and it's this header. It's the header there, and it's straight back into the 6-yard box. I mean, you've got to do better there. I think they'll be disappointed. Those situations, especially against big sides, Danny Fox has headed that straight back into Samir Nasri's path.
He did have a player lurking behind him, and Carlos Tevez, so he had to do something with the ball, but yet again it's a case of put it behind for a corner, play it safe, don't head it back into the 6-yard box where potentially there could be opposition players, and Man City have found themselves 3-2 in front here. This game has had some serious swings in this second half. We went in at the break with 1-0 the scoreline, with Carlos Tevez having put City in front in the first half, also missing a penalty from David Silva. But the second half saw goals for Southampton, one from Ricky Lambert after coming from the bench, and also for Steve Davis off the bench, but then 2 City goals in quick succession, one from Edin Dzeko and one from Samir Nasri now has put Manchester City 3-2 up. A yellow card for Samir Nasri as well. After that goal celebration, he lifted up his t-shirt to reveal another t-shirt underneath, so I'm not sure what the big deal about that is, but that's the rules in football these days. Oh,
it's an interesting rule change, I think, because he didn't take his top off completely. He had it on his neck, so I think that must be a new regulation that if you take the jersey over the top of your neck, then you're booked. Interesting.
Not much choice then for Howard Webb, I guess, if he's going by the rule book. Seems a little harsh though. I mean, if he gets another card in this game, it's already in the late stages though, then it's really a suspension for nothing, really.
Absolutely, yeah.
Southampton coming forward here though. Now they need a goal to get something out of this game, and they'll feel a little hard done by. They've played well in the second half, particularly. Defensive work was strong. Attacking, they've been clever, they've been smart about their attacks, waiting until they have a good opportunity to go forward in numbers on the break and catch City when they're a little bit light at the back.
I'd have to say that I think if Nigel Adkins or Nat will undoubtedly feel hard done by. I think, 1-0 at half time, perfectly placed, and then they executed the game plan perfectly, and now they're a goal down. It's hard to take.
Coming forward here, Nathaniel Klein pressing forward. There's a lot of space on this left-hand side if he can get there, and it does go out wide. And it is with De Prado. He's looking for a ball, and it's blocked by Zabaleta. And Jason Punchin picks it up and leaves it, and it's a good shot, and it's deflected wide. I think off Jolien Lescott for a corner. Schneidlin with a long-range shot. That was about 30 yards out from the Frenchman. And it was going on target. Joe Hart scrambling to make sure he had something covered if it broke through. But good defensive positioning from City to get a block. But it will be a corner. And it's going to be taken here by Danny Fox. Left-footed in-swinger from the right-hand side. In it comes, looking for a Southampton head, but it only finds Jolien Lescott at the near post, who heads it behind, or away for a throw-in, I should say. Good chance from Southampton. They really have to make use of set pieces if they get them.
Absolutely, and they've obviously been practicing their long-range shooting as well. I mean, all of their efforts today have been either on target, or troubling the goalkeeper, or in. So Manchester City can't rest on their laurels here. 7 minutes to go. A lot of time left.
Good passing on the right-hand side finds Adam Lallana, who interplays with Jason Punchin. His ball in, looking dangerous, trying to find, headed down and over the bar. A great chance there for Adam Lallana. What a chance for Southampton yet again. A great ball in from Jason Punchin, headed down cleverly by Ricky Lambert, and it's a really good chance for Southampton.
I think it's Jose Fonte, yeah.
Jose Fonte up forward.
Absolutely. I mean, those are the chances we were talking about yesterday when we were talking about the Arsenal-Sunderland game, that you get one of those chances in the last 10 minutes and you've got to try and take them.
Goal kick from Manchester City then finds Mario Balotelli on this left-hand side, but they're giving it away a lot easier now, City, that they're in front. It makes you wonder why they can't play like that like they were doing when they were level and behind. They were a lot more on the ball, and since they've gone in front, Southampton have been the team with the most possession.
It's a panic reaction. I think the moment Southampton suddenly stir into action and have a chance like they just have, Manchester City feel anxious. But as you say, suddenly their ability to keep the ball has vanished.
Southampton the ones in possession here, and it's with Kelvin Davis, who throws it out. And a good throw finds Klein on the halfway line. He's got a bit of space to run into as well. Balotelli chasing back. Plays out wide to Jason Punchin. A couple in the box here. Ricky Lambert's one of them. Jason Punchin turns, trying to turn past his man Gael Clichy. Finds a bit of space, but that's a poor ball in the end. He couldn't work the cross. Gael Clichy with some good pressing, but he has to maybe deliver a little bit early there. City were able to get back in numbers on that attack. It came from a good quick throw in from Calvin Davis.
Yeah, absolutely. Southampton need to make the difference when they're in those positions, though. It's those kind of situations that you really notice the difference between the top 5, top 8 of the Premiership and then the other halves, when they don't make those changes count. And I think in those situations, especially with 85 minutes last chance saloon kind of thing, you've got to make the most of it.
Substitution then for Southampton. It's attacking one. They've taken off Jason Punchin, the winger, and brought on a striker in Billy Sharp.
I'm impressed. I've always had a soft spot for Billy Sharp. He was really, really good at Doncaster, and then since he's moved to Southampton last year, I think, late last year, he's been impressive. And I think Adkins is right to go for it now, scrap the defensive-minded approach and go for the goal. Here's
De Prado there for Southampton. He's played a good ball out wide, and it's a chance for Southampton to get a goal here, and it's a great ball to the back post, looking for Sharp on an air swing from De Prado at the edge of the box. Here is Billy Sharp picking up the ball on the right hand side. He's got Gael Clichy close to him, and he's played a good ball inside here, and that's a loss of possession there from Davis. And they're getting away here with Carlos Tevez, and there's a little push from Schneiderlin. There'll be a free kick to Man City on the halfway line, and a yellow card for the Frenchman, of course, for that cynical foul.
Yeah, you're always going to get those in the last few minutes. Southampton have got to go for broke now, and if Manchester City break, they're going to make those type of challenges, I think.
They're certainly out of the game if City get a fourth. And they're going to have to try and make any chance they get in this last 4 or 5 minutes count. Another substitution going to be made here then by Manchester City, and it's a defensive one. They're taking off Carlos Tevez, the goal scorer of the first goal in this game in the first half. And they're bringing on Alexander Kolarov, the Manchester City defender. So just 3 minutes left now. All the substitutions been used up for Man City. And they're coming forward with Gael Clichy trying to look for Kolarov on that left-hand side, but well cut out by Ricky Lambert. Playing it back to his defender, Klein, who goes inside to Jose Fonte. Back to the keeper. Balotelli pressing. Passing it around defence nicely here, Southampton. Going forward now with Schneiderlin. Looking for Lallana. Finds him nicely. Ahead of him on the left-hand side here. Plays it backwards though. Fox with a long diagonal ball. Trying to pick out Klein, and it's dealt with there by Kolarov. Throw into Southampton.
Interested to see what Mancini's done. I don't know whether Kolarov's gone wide right to replace Silva, Balotelli behind Dzeko, Nasri out wide. I'm not sure what he was planning, but as you say, it's a defensive one, and sure just be hoping to hold on to this lead.
The ball here with Lallana, who's delivering across field ball, looking for Billy Sharp. Might be in an offside position, but it's a header from Gael Clichy, which goes for a Southampton throw-in. And they really have to make the most of these kind of positions. They're high up in the City half here, pressing well. Nathaniel Klein on this right-hand side keeps the ball in play. Plays it back to Fonte. Now across to Højveld. Long ball forward. Trying to find Davis, but can't. And cleared away by Vincent Kompany, the City captain. Only as far as Højveld again, who's running forward after laying the ball off to De Prado. Now back with Schneiderlin. Plays it forward again to De Prado. Here's Højveld. On the left hand side here. Coming forward now, Southampton. Much better possession, passing the ball about nicely. Deprado again. Left-hand side here with Lallana, tackled by Zabaleta, and City pick up the ball and they'll not rush about the breakaway, take their time here. 1 minute on the clock. Switch of play from Yaya Toure. Finds Edin Dzeko. Turns nicely. On this left-hand side, still in possession, the striker. But he's lost out there. Good tackle, and now it's Ricky Lambert. Takes it in his stride. Gerclichy pressuring him. Has to go backwards. Uses Deprado. And now it's Davis. In midfield here for Southampton. Schneiderlin using Lallana. Davis again. Wants it forward. Lambert lifted to the back post. Billy Sharp can't get ahead on that. Fox is forward here. Here's Sharp on this left-hand side to deliver across, looking for Lambert, but that's cleared by Jolien Lescott. Away as far as Deprado and picked up by Klein. Dzeko pressuring him, and he's going to have to go backwards here. Using Fonte. Another long ball from Southampton, but that's going to be easily dealt with by Zabaleta. 3 minutes have added on time here.
And I think Nigel Adkins will have every right to feel hard done by, but I'm sure he'll say something along the lines of, this is the difference between the Premiership and the Championship.
Absolutely.
These are the type of games that Southampton would probably have won or gone on to get something from last year, and step up with the big boys.
So we're into the 3 minutes of stoppage time. Southampton still in possession of the ball, as they have been for the past few minutes, as City sit back looking to defend this 1-goal advantage. Lallana on the left-hand side now. Plays a good 1-2, picks it back up, but he's come back off his left foot, and that's gone for a City throw-in, I think, after a company tackle. On this right-hand side, well inside the City half. And it is going to be a City throw, and they're going to take their time about it. Southampton fetching the ball to give it back to him. Already 1 minute of the 3 used up here. No rush from Zabaleta. Goes short. Cleared away. Looking for Dzeko. Headed on, but not found him. Klein plays it to Schneiderlin, and now Deprado. Sitting a lot deeper towards the end of this game. Going out on the left-hand side here to Lallana. And that's given away. That's poor football there from Adam Lallana. And now Yaya Toure can bring it forward for Man City. Picks out Edin Dzeko, and on the left-hand side here is Alexander Kolarov. Going backwards though, not too dangerous from Man City. All the way back to Joe Hart, as they try and eat up more seconds of this game in what will be a crucial 3 points if they get it. And a lucky 3 points, you have to say, as well.
I think they're fortunate to win, but it's the sign of a side with a lot of quality at their disposal. They did it last year on a number of occasions, which led them to the title, and they've started this campaign exactly the same way.
It's going to be a throw-in on the left-hand side, inside their own half for Southampton after Zabaleta's long run forward on the right. He ended up putting the ball out himself. Southampton boot that away, only as far as Gerclichy in his own half, who plays it back to Joe Hart once more. Will clear the ball to the halfway line, but picked up by Deprado. And now Schneiderlin. Good ball to Davis. To Klein on the right hand side. They're still in their own half though, Southampton. They need to get the ball forward. Just 30 seconds left in this game. Fonte doesn't know where to go with it, and Balotelli's trying to win it off him and is unlucky not to pick up possession well deep into the Southampton territory there. Fonte decides to clear the ball long in the end, looking for Lamberts. Doesn't find him. And it's fallen for Yaya Toure here on the halfway line. Good interpassing with Kolarov and there Sami Nasri. Not as many back now for Southampton as there was previously. And they've got a free kick here, Manchester City. And they won't rush over it. Time has elapsed. And it's just waiting for the full-time whistle now, which is inevitable.
Yep. I think Southampton very relaxed there in the last few minutes. I would have expected more of a sense of urgency from them. They far too deep for a side 1 goal down with a minute and a half remaining. I think they needed more about them. And I think the results pass them.
There is the full-time whistle then, and it has finished. Manchester City 3, Southampton 2. Goals from Carlos Tevez, Edin Dzeko and Sami Nasri for Manchester City, but that doesn't tell the tale because they were behind 2-1 in the second half after going in at the break 1-0 up. Goals from substitutes Ricky Lambert after brief moment after his introduction, as well as Davis Steve Davis, the former Rangers player, getting a goal a couple of minutes after being subbed on as well. Got Southampton in front of this game, but City were able to turn on the style in the final 20 minutes and get themselves back 3-2 in front.
Yeah, I think it's a disappointing day at the office for Southampton. They were perfectly placed at half-time to get a point or something more from the game maybe, and they executed their plan after half-time perfectly. Found themselves 2-1 up. And, in the end, just not good enough on the day.
An important 3 points for Manchester City, which sees them keep level with Chelsea, who picked up 3 points earlier today. Of course, Manchester United play tomorrow, and it'll be interesting to see if they can keep up with last season's champions in the race for the Premier League title. It's finished here today. Manchester City 3, Southampton 2.